Thank you, General. We'll start with questions now, and I'll start by recognizing myself. General Fenton, we had our office call about 3 weeks ago, and you mentioned the challenges of supporting all the requests of SOF that you're getting from the geographic combatant commands. In your statement, you mentioned a 35% increase from 2023 to 2025. Can you expand a little bit for the benefit of the folks here watching this hearing? Can you tell us a little bit, give us a better sense of what that number is and how many times you've had to deny request and the reason that you have to do so?
Representative, I'll start by saying the COCOM demand for Special Operations Forces is up, and I'm sure you've heard that from the combatant commanders that come before you. I think for a number of reasons in deterrence. First, they know that the highest value proposition in some sense that SOF provides is prior to conflict. The things we do to prevent, building relationships, developing access basing and overflight, providing indications and warnings, along with everything we're doing to prepare in the event that worst day comes, closing kill webs or kill chains or sensor systems, giving COCOM commanders options and opportunities they wouldn't otherwise have, and presenting a whole bunch of dilemmas and challenges to an adversary they wouldn't have. I think that's why we see the demand going up, and that comes in the form of asking for Special Forces teams, Marine Raider teams, NSW teams, command and control elements, AVSOC, and that's that 35% increase. To your point on where we've had to say no, I'll give you a number. Last December in one of the global force management tanks, I had to say no 41 times to requests just like that. Hurt my heart. It's a high compliment that this SOF team is that value proposition to the entire department. We couldn't do it. And we couldn't do it, my sense, and I'll wind this down for you, is two reasons. There's certainly a capability and capacity piece against the great humans that do that work. And as you know, we've been reduced in the past a couple years by up to 5,000. But there's also now a fiscal constraint that's pulling at us based on an increasingly decreasing top line, that now comes into play. So at times, even if I could put the person out there, fiscally, the cost is prohibitive. And I'll pause here. Representative.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. We're going to do our best to fix that. Secretary Jenkins, SOCOM's budget has been relatively flat for the past decade. In your combined written statement, it is less than 2% of the budget and one of the few DoD organizations that has not seen an increase, although overall budget has increased significantly. How are you using your service-like secretary position to campaign for a higher budget for SOCOM, and how much do you think SOCOM needs?
Well, thank you, Chairman. We love those kind of questions, so thank you very much. In my service-like capacity, it is very much my responsibility and role to campaign, to keep those sharp elbows out so that I can advocate on behalf of our SOF enterprise. And just last week, we had the opportunity to brief the new Deputy Secretary of Defense and had a very warm reception in terms of examining what we would have to propose for 8% cuts, because every organization is being asked to propose those. And we found a good reception in terms of we want to keep you whole the best that we can. So it's our responsibility to make sure that we interact with our service counterparts. That's where we see, maybe danger is a strong word, but that's when they consider cuts, there are so many downstream effects to us that aren't often taken into account when the Army considers a cut, or the Navy or so forth. So that's where we really hedge and defend our budget, so that we make sure when services are proposing other cuts, we can step in early or before and make sure that we guard our equities as well. So it's an ongoing campaign. We have a regular warfare out against our adversaries, and we also run similar regular warfare within the department to protect our equities.
Do you have any idea what that number looks like?
I don't know the top number just yet. It hasn't been identified. I'd have to leave that to the deputy and the comptroller as well, but I know that those are actively being considered right now.
Okay, thank you. My time is essentially up here, so I'm going to yield and recognize Ranking